Hello and welcome to this quick video on guitar mods. I've just picked up this guitar. It's a lovely Les Paul style guitar, but it has a number of mods that have been done to it, and I thought we'd get into a bit and have a bit of a look at this one because this is quite fun. It is a nice guitar. It plays well, which is a good start, but I thought we'd talk about mods just a bit and have some fun with this because, as you can see, I've got my paints out, a few paints and bits and bobs, because I thought we'd just have a look at this and you can decide for yourselves whether or not you think this is quite a devastating mod or not. I will flip this over gradually and you can see for yourselves what's happened. There you go. Somebody has actually modded this and made a kind of comfort kind of belly cut on the back of this guitar. I have to confess that it does actually make it very comfy to play, which is a bit of an irony because, I mean, some people might say, well, this is really kind of ruined now, and would never do this ever with a guitar. But I couldn't resist picking this up because I just thought, well, there's something in this. Someone's done it for a reason. They've taken the edge off this, and what can you say? It's not like the most pretty thing in the world, but it is actually really, really comfortable to sit with. So I thought at minimum I might try and prettify this slightly because at least it's as it is, it's a bit ugly. It's a bit of an eyesore on the back there. It doesn't look very nice. I've got some paints here and I thought I'd just give it a quick go, with some bits and pieces I've got, a few paints and whatnot, and we'll see where we get to. I was going to finish taking this off as well, so I'll do that. We can take that off and we can see what we end up with on this guitar because I just don't know. I'd love to know what you think about how devastating should or could mods be on a guitar. Like, what lengths would you be prepared to go to make a guitar comfortable? I mean, to be fair, that's actually not too bad looking in there. That's what the switch looks like. Doesn't look too bad in there, really, does it? It is a bolt on this one, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, I'm not too worried about that. Yes, okay, full fat Les Pauls need to have a set neck, but this works absolutely fine. It works for Fender and a number of other brands, so I'm not too worried. So get my paintbrushes and we'll give this a go. I think this is probably going to be a bit of an epic fail, and I'm not going to spend too long mucking about with this as it is. I was thinking I might use this as a mod platform and just go even further with it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I might use this to do sort of weight relief experiments on and whatnot. I've seen people sort of drill holes this in this way through the strap buttons, through this kind of thing as well, through the jack socket in here. I've not actually seen anyone do that, but I think that could work potentially for weight relief. I mentioned weight relief on this guitar because, like a lot of Les Pauls, this one is knocking on the door of about 4 kilograms. So it's not massively heavy, I would say, but it's not light either. So if you're going to stand up with it, which to be fair, I've been playing it sit down for a while, so it's not too bad. So I've got, hey, anybody know Wilco? Oh, poor Wilco. There you go. So if you're in the UK, you'll know what Wilco is. Although they're coming back, apparently. They're coming back here and there. So I'm just going to mess about. I'm going to try with a few different paints and I'm going to see if I can actually fix this. As I say, this is a bit of a random video. So if you're watching this, thank you for sticking around and watching this because I didn't really have any plans to necessarily video this. But I thought, well, I'm doing it. I might as well. And you can see how it all turns out because, that is as comfortable as it makes it. And it really does, because it doesn't cut into your ribs anymore. That's actually very smooth. It feels really nice to play. And it's been set up really well. So I'm going to try it with a few different colours. I'm not going to mess about too much. I'm just going to slap it. Ugh, no, that is awful. Well, that's a bad start, isn't it? That's a very bad start. That's not even close. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I know before, I mean, you can say it as well in the comments if you want to, by all means. I know that if I was going to really do this properly, this should be probably a respray complete respray, and probably this should be done nicely. But hey, you know, I've got the paints here. I'm going to have a bit of a muck about and see. I mean, this is like play school kind of like kindergarten painting 101, isn't it? This is terrible. I'm sorry, this is not actually very professional. I apologise for the lack of professionalism in this video in advance. But this really does look horrible, and I just thought, well, I've just got it home. I want to try doing something. It's too dark to go outside. It's too miserable. I would normally go grab my spray cans, and I think I could probably fix this up. Not too bad. You know what? That's actually, I think it's a question of just building the layers up with this, and it might kind of work. Or it might just kind of like leave a nice mess. I think it's kind of, it could be either at the moment. I mean, really, this is absolutely horrible. You know what? As much as I enjoy doing videos and as much as I'm enjoying mucking about with this, I think the reality is I'm going to wipe that off, and I reckon, you know what, that's not going to work, is it? It's going to have to be a spray job. It's going to have to be a spray job. So what I'll probably do is I might even do like a part 2 or something of this and see how far I get, because that's just going to make an absolutely disgusting mess. I might even have to, you know what, I might even just have to strip all this back, start afresh, really make, because this has been really smoothed out, in fairness. It's very smooth to the touch, which does feel really nice, but it does mean that paint's not really going to adhere to it very well at all. So I'm going to have to roughen that up a bit. And so this might actually not be a very quick job at all. I think this is going to take a little while to fix and put right and make it look nice. And I think it's worth it. As I say, I'll turn it, flip it back over again. I think this is an absolutely gorgeous guitar. It really is beautiful, and it plays really nice. These pickups are a little bit on the weak side. If you're interested, it is actually it is another Westfield. If you've been watching the channel, you know I've had a Westfield just recently on the channel, and this was another one, and this one was not free this time, sadly. Oh no, not free, devastating. But it was incredibly cheap, because obviously it's been messed about with. So it was very cheap, but the guy I got it from clearly enjoyed it. Loved playing this, and we came to a reasonable deal on this, I think, where we were both happy, and so, you know, there's not a lot to lose here, really. I think I'll attack this again, but in the meantime, I'd love to know what your thoughts are about mods, and changes to body, changes to neck, internal mods. I think it's not too much to worry about. I mean, clearly, if you want to update pickups and if you want to change the switch and all that nice stuff and get CTS pots and all that sort of stuff, that's not an issue, is it? Hey, but if, you know, I've seen guitars where the horn's cut off for comfort, and just people doing all sorts of strange things to guitars. So I'd love to know what your strange guitar story is, and whether you've modded anything. And yeah, I will see you in the next one, I think, where it might very well be me doing a bit of a spray job on this, because I think that's going to be the only way. Let's be realistic. That ain't going to work. Right, until next time, enjoy. See you. Bye.